Rebecca de Mornay has always captivated us on film with her skill and personality, but her latest photos reveal a side of her that no one expected. When she appears on television, her disarming honesty and boldness leave you stunned. She captures herself in natural light without the use of artificial lighting, showcasing the wholeness of her physique with a fluidity that feels innovative in every image. You immediately sense a quiet power, a woman who has realized that true beauty comes from truth. Keep watching because Rebecca's epiphany has lessons for all of us. In this series, Rebecca eschews elaborate setups and expensive style. Instead, she stands in front of a weathered brick wall, barefoot and in the warm sunlight. The dawn light traces the curvature of her back in a photograph of her reclining against a windowpane. Another shows her seated on a wooden staircase, her shoulders exposed and her hair loosely wrapped about her face. It's a masterwork of minimalism. By removing the extraneous, she highlights what matters most, her humanity. The response was immediate. Fans commended her bravery with comments like a legend owning her truth, stunning and brave, and a true role model for every woman. Critics tried to draw attention to shortcomings, but their criticism was drowned out by a chorus of adulation, because when a famous person like Rebecca chooses to be vulnerable rather than polished, the discourse shifts. As soon as you are allowed into her world, you realize that everyone desires to be seen, heard, and accepted. It wasn't overnight that Rebecca got here. She has talked about the weight of expectations, such as the need to keep up a perfect appearance, the anxiety about looking older on camera, and the idealized portrayal of youth that Hollywood demands. She has gone through heartbreak, personal loss, and the challenge of staying true to herself in a profession that mainly depends on dishonesty. She created these images in response to these demands. They say, "I am enough, exactly as I am," and that assertion carries the weight of knowledge that has been earned. Each image in the collection appears to have a purpose. In one, she arches her shoulder toward the lens and lets out a quiet sigh. In another, she stands upright, her arms stretched over her head, her shadow framed by a doorway. The light bends her curves, highlighting each line as if it were a badge of honor. These are not just pictures. They demonstrate that sincerity is impervious to all filters, that maturity can bring nuance, and that sensitivity and strength may coexist. The amazing thing is the rippling effect. The topic of conversation on social media changed from praising Rebecca's beauty to discussing aging and one's own looks. "Accepting every part of me," young women said alongside selfies. Mature fans described how they finally came to value their bodies after decades of doubt. That collective transformation serves as an example of how one person's act of openness can influence the lives of innumerable others. The photographer described how working behind the scenes with Rebecca was a breeze. No long-term makeup procedures, no need to change clothes all the time. Photographs with a sense of life represented her desire to be genuine, from the most loving glance to the most bare skin. It is a reminder that the energy changes in surprising ways when you bring your true self into a location. On a deeper level, these pictures make us think about our own stories. We hide behind stories of not enough, not polished enough, not youthful enough, or not thin enough. We continue to create layers of protection until we lose sight of who we are. Rebecca's insight breaks down these walls, showing that real beauty emerges when we stop acting. It shows up when we embrace every new stage of life with gratitude. Don't save Rebecca's photos as a source of inspiration. For other stories that celebrate true beauty and brave openness, please like, subscribe, and forward this video to someone who needs that spark.